Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us. And today I have a new topic I want to discuss with you, and that topic is relating to what we call foundation black. I don't know if you guys have heard about FBA. FBA is a group of black people or African people who are born and grew up in America, but also who are descendants of slavery. I think a lot of you guys, because my audience obviously are American. So now, why do I have to discuss about this? It's because there has been some misunderstanding from what I can see between African, especially those who migrate to United States of America, and the foundation black. But the confusion is actually not based on the hate or not willing to assist each other. It's just based on misinformation and not knowing things, but also the idea that people who don't like African people or even African descendants always trying to create problems where they are not. As I think you guys, know that I lived in America, in US for at least almost for 14 years. So I was in Washington, D.C., around 12 years, and then I lived in Arizona, but also Maryland. So I have got a chance to live with African America, and I studied a lot of things that I did not know before that, but also I discovered some of stereotypes and other things that I think I can discuss with you guys now. So the foundation black are people who are, as I already said, descendant of slavery, transatlantic slavery, but also who live in America. Whereas immigrants will be like me when I was in America, and any other person who is African who goes to America for different reasons. Some of people goes to America as refugees, some they go there as students, some they go there as jobs seeker, some go there as legal immigrants, whatever it is the case may be. But we have a huge number of immigrants, like in Ethiopia, for instance. If you go in Washington, D.C. area, you're going to find out that Ethiopians and Eritreans are in D.C. area, Washington, D.C. area, Virginia, Maryland, and Washington, D.C. So we have a huge amount of immigrants from Africa, where I believe it's around New York, where I found a lot of Nigerians, and Minnesota, I found a lot of Somalians, but also Ethiopians as well. So now, what is that? Am I saying, what is the problem? If you listen to Foundation Black, most of the time they call African people, African immigrants, funny names like Theders, which I don't even know what that word means, but it looks like it's funny or making joke on people. But also other things they call African people. But just want to make sure that it's not all immigrants who Foundation Black call Theders. Is the same way when they call themselves, some of them, they call among of them the traitors, they call them book leakers or something like that. So I want African to understand that just because you are immigrants or you go to America, they're not gonna call you, they're not gonna consider you as a Theda or some traitor who betrayed them. I think that is something we must understand. Now, the other thing comes in is about Pan-Africa. Me personally, I was listening to Tariq Nasheed. I think a lot of you guys maybe have heard about him. Me personally, I do agree with Tariq Nasheed in some areas, because personally I have an issue with Pan-Africa. Pan-Africa, I have not personal issue, but issues with Pan-Africa. I do describe myself as a Pan-African. I think you saw my book, Radicalized Pan-African, as well, where I talk about Pan-Africa. But I do have issues with Pan-Africa itself. Let me take a break. I will be back, and then I will tell you